Yo, what is going on, guys? Today I'm going to be going over the NBA slate on DraftKings for Thursday, January 18th. We have 4 games today, small slate on this Thursday. Definitely a slate where we're going to be having to look at some injuries. Kyrie Irving, Marcus Smart, 2 guys that are questionable as I'm recording this Wednesday night. Those are going to be big injuries that we have to watch. If those guys are out, that could potentially open up some value. And we also have guys from the Rockets that are suspended, which could open up value as well. So it looks like it might be a slate where we'll be able to find plenty of value plays. We might be able to fit in a couple studs. So like always, guys, before we get started going through each position, if you guys could drop a like on the video, I would really appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel and this is your first time checking out a video on my channel, thank you so much for clicking on the video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so that way you'll never miss out on any of my new uploads. But anyways, looking at point guard today, talking about this position, where we want to go, the players that we really want to target. I think this might be a position we can kind of pay up or go to the mid-range. There could be a potential value play that we'll talk about. Obviously, if Kyrie's out, that's going to open up Terry Rozier as a value play. But starting from the top and working our way down, looking at point guard up top, you've got James Harden. Questionable as I'm recording this Wednesday night, but he's expected to play today. Going to be on a minutes limit. Looks like if he's cleared to play, he's going to play about 24-25 minutes is what they said. Obviously, if Harden's playing 25 minutes, we're not going to pay $10,500 for him. So definitely not playing Harden today. The big one is Chris Paul. If we want to play Chris Paul, he's priced back under $10K. He's $9,500 today. With Harden coming back, that's going to hurt Chris Paul. We know that. But the price tag's pretty nice on Chris Paul. And Harden is going to be on a minutes limit as well. So I think we can still take Chris Paul at this price tag of just $9,500. If he was like 10-3, 10-5, then I definitely doubt I would be playing him. But at $9,500, does make sense to go to Paul. Even with Harden coming back, Harden is going to be limited. Paul can still return value on this price tag, can still get 45, 50 DraftKings points. And it is a good matchup against a Minnesota team that does struggle to defend the point guard position. So if I'm going to pay up at this position, Chris Paul is the guy I like here. But this mid-range is where I really think I want to go at point guard or go to the value play that we'll talk about in a second. The mid-tier, the 6K range, is where we got some good options. Ben Simmons is a guy I want to touch on. Just price play, I think we can go to Ben Simmons today. Just given how cheap he is. Not a good matchup for Ben Simmons. Hasn't played that well against Boston this year. Through 3 games, he's only averaged 34 DraftKings points. But like I said, mainly the price here is one of the reasons I like Simmons today. Just because he's priced under 8K, it's very likely that he's able to get close to value or exceed value on this price. You really only need about 40 DraftKings points, and on the year, Simmons has been averaging 42 DK points. So I think you can consider him, especially in tournaments. But if you look in like the 6K range, this is where we got some really good options, some good tournament plays in my opinion. Love Elfrid Payton today in tournaments at 6,400, going up against the Cavs. Payton's going to see Isaiah Thomas defense here. Great matchup. Cleveland struggles defensively against the point guard. Isaiah Thomas, not a good defender. This is a spot where Payton could definitely put up a monster game of 35, 40 DraftKings points. Did put up 35 DK points against Cleveland earlier this year in only 26 minutes. So in that mid-tier, love Elfrid Payton today, especially in GPPs. I think he has a lot of upside. And then on the other side of that game, I think we can definitely go to Isaiah Thomas here at 5,700 in that same game against the Magic. The Magic are also a team that struggles to defend the point guard. Thomas pretty much no longer restricted. He played 32 minutes his last game against the Warriors. As long as IT is going to be playing 30-plus minutes and he's priced at this price tag of 5,700, I don't see how he doesn't return value on this price, especially given the matchup today. Love Isaiah Thomas here. Love his price tag. I think he's a great mid-tier play. As long as we can confirm he's going to play today and not going to be restricted, which I imagine the restriction's pretty much going to be gone for IT now that he played 30-plus minutes his last game. So him and Elfrid Payton are 2 guys that I like in that mid-tier. And then the value play I see at point guard the night before is definitely Terry Rozier. If Kyrie Irving misses today, if Marcus Smart, if he misses, he's also questionable. Terry Rozier going to be a guy we have to consider, especially since he's priced at just 4,700. He's going to see a lot of minutes here if Kyrie's out. Even if Kyrie plays and Smart's out, I think we can still go to Rozier. If both guys are out, I think Rozier pretty much a lock at 4,700. So he's the value play we're really going to have to track throughout the day. This Philly-Boston game is the first game on the slate, so we should have the news before lock. And that could make Terry Rozier a value option that we can go to. But that's what I'm seeing at point guard, at least the options that stand out to me looking at this slate the night before. So moving on to shooting guard and looking at shooting guard today. Love one of the expensive options here. Jimmy Butler at 8,800 up top at shooting guard. Thanks is a great spot for Jimmy Butler. Great defensive matchup here. Have a good feeling he's going to be guarded by James Harden, and that is a matchup that Jimmy Butler should easily be able to win. He has a very nice price tag today, under 9K. He's only 8,800. Love Butler as a tournament play here in this fast-paced game. Love him as a cash play as well if you're playing cash. He's been so consistent on the year. He's shown 50-point upside lately, putting up 57 DraftKings points the last game against the Magic. Jimmy Butler, definitely a guy I'm going to be trying to pay up for today. Shooting guard, love him up top if you're looking to pay up at this position. I think he's a great play on this slate. If we want to go to this mid-tier, there are definitely mid-tier plays that we can go to. If you don't want to pay it for Butler, you got good plays in this 5K range. I think Andrew Wiggins at 5,800, really good option going up against Houston. Trevor Ariza going to be suspended for this game, so much better matchup for Andrew Wiggins. Ariza's a solid defender, and he's not going to be playing in this game. There's a good chance, though, that P.J. Tucker could move into the starting lineup. He is a good defender, but I still think just given Wiggins' price tag, the pace of this game, Wiggins definitely a good cash play here. It's very likely he's able to pay off this price tag, I believe. So in that mid-tier, if you want to play him as shooting guard, I think he's a good option. Also got Evan Fournier as well, who I also like in that mid-tier at 5,500. He's in a great spot going up against the Cavs. The Cavs really struggled defensively against the shooting guard. Fournier coming off a nice game against Minnesota where he put up 41 DraftKings points. Tough matchup. He still managed to put up 41 DK points, had 32 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Took 22 shots in that game. This is going to be a fast-paced game. Just got to hope it stays competitive. If it does stay competitive, Fournier could really crush value on this price at 5,500. He's really cheap today. I like him and Andrew Wiggins as 2 plays in that 5K range. And then the value at shooting guard, I think the value play clearly here is Terry Rozier if Kyrie's out. He's really the value play that stands out to me. Jonathan Simmons does seem a little bit too cheap at 4,600. He's still playing 30-plus minutes just about every game, but he's kind of been really inconsistent. But as long as he's going to be playing 30-plus minutes, you're getting a guy priced under 5K, playing a lot of minutes. You could go to him, but if Kyrie's out, Rozier is definitely my preferred option for just 100 more. So I think that's what I'm seeing at shooting guard, at least looking for the value plays, the options that I see. So moving on to small forward. Looking at small forward today, we got LeBron up top here, 11-3, going up against the Magic. Great matchup for LeBron. If enough value opens up, I think he is a guy we definitely want to pay up for. He has played well against this Magic team. He's been solid against them. Through 2 games, he's averaged 54 DraftKings points against the Magic in 34 minutes. LeBron, just one of the most consistent players in the league, especially for fantasy, has such a high floor. He carries the ceiling every night, and I think 11-3 is a reasonable price tag, especially given this matchup. LeBron's been playing well lately, putting up over 60 DraftKings points in 2 straight games. So if enough value opens up, if maybe Kyrie misses and we can go to some of the value for the Celtics, we can fit in LeBron. Definitely think we want to do that today. Great spot for him. And the guy just has such a high floor that you just take the raw points from LeBron on a 4-game slate. Raw points really matter, and nobody on this slate is going to have a higher projection than him. So obviously you know LeBron. If you can pay up for him, great play on this slate. But looking for other options that we can go to, Aaron Gordon for cheaper, nearly 4K cheaper. Love Aaron Gordon today, especially for tournaments. Great matchup against the Cavs. He played pretty well against this team earlier this year, putting up 44 DraftKings points in only 31 minutes. Always like to consider Aaron Gordon in tournaments. The guy has so much upside. He's definitely been inconsistent lately, but he's still taking a ton of shots every game. If you look at his field goal percentage, one of the reasons he hasn't done much lately, he's just been shooting the ball so poorly. Shot 22% against Milwaukee, 26% against Washington, 29% against Minnesota. But you look, he's still taking 17, 15, 18, 16 shots, taking nearly 20 shots a game. When the shots start falling, Aaron Gordon's going to be putting up monster games. And with the pace of this game, with how fast this game's going to be played, love Aaron Gordon in tournaments today. If you want to save off LeBron, especially in tournaments, I think that makes a lot of sense. AG has a really nice price tag. Definitely can crush value on this price. So I like him at small forward if you want to pay up at this position. Definitely prefer him over Ben Simmons today if we're just talking about small forwards. If we're looking in this mid-tier, we could go to Jaylen Brown or Tatum if Irving and Smart are ruled out, because that's going to open up some more usage, some more minutes for these guys. But I think I would prefer Wiggins over Brown. I think I prefer Fournier over Tatum. But Brown and Tatum will get some nice bumps if Irving and Marcus Smart don't play today. But looking 5K and under, and we're trying to find value at power or small forward, and we want to save some money here. Not seeing a lot of value plays at small forward, 5K and under. That really stand out to me as just being great options. I think the one guy that we could target that's 5K and under is definitely P.J. Tucker at 3,500. With Trevor Ariza suspended for this game, with Gerald Green also suspended, That's going to open up more minutes for more bench players. So Tucker should see an increase in minutes, and Bob Mute should see a little bit more minutes. Tucker usually already plays like mid-20s, close to 30 minutes every game. He could exceed 30 minutes here, and they're going to need his defense on Jimmy Butler, on Wiggins. So I definitely like PJ Tucker as a cheap punt play on this slate. Just 3,500. Really don't need much from him at all to return value on that salary. So he's the guy that really stands out to me as small forward if we're trying to go 5K and under at this position. But moving on to power forward, and looking at power forward today, looking at the options up top here, at least looking at plays that looking at guys that I haven't already talked about. Not sure I'm going to be targeting the guys up top here besides Aaron Gordon and LeBron. Kevin Love, not sure if that's a guy I'm really trying to force in today. Same with Al Horford. They're fine plays on this slate, but if I'm making one lineup today, I doubt Kevin Love or Al Horford are going to make that one lineup. I would target Bismack Biyombo here, but now he's priced up to 6,200. Not sure if I want to go there at that price. But Biyombo has been playing really well lately. Had a monster game against the Timberwolves, putting up 45 DraftKings points, had a double-double with 5 blocks. He's put up 50 and 45 DK points his last 2 games. He's been playing well, but like I said, he's priced way up to 6,200. Don't think I need to go there on this slate. I think the guy in that 6K range I would much rather have would definitely be Sabonis at 6K. Going up against Portland, Miles Turner, not going to play today. Sabonis, going to continue to start, going to continue to see nice minutes. And he's still pretty cheap at 6K. He's actually seen sort of a decrease in price. You look at his last few games, he's been priced like in the mid-6s, 6,400, 6,700. He's kind of been inconsistent lately, but you're getting a little bit of savings on him today at 6K. I think it's likely that Sabonis returns value on this price tag, especially since Miles Turner is not going to play. So he's the guy that I really see in that mid-tier, the guy that really stands out to me. Love Sabonis here. And then going for value at power forward and looking for plays that are 5K and under. With the Ariza and Green suspended today, that could open up more minutes for Ryan Anderson. He's pretty cheap at 4,500. This game is going to be played at home, which kind of scares me because Ryan Anderson does not shoot well at home. But he's only 4,500. You really only need like 23, 24 DK points from him to return value. And with the Ariza and Green suspended, Anderson should see an uptick in minutes, should play 30-plus minutes. Can definitely get 23, 24 DK points if he's going to play 30-plus minutes. So as a cheap option, 5K and under, Ryan Anderson at 4,500 I think is a play that we can go to. But that's really what I'm seeing at power forward, at least looking for the value plays. You do have PJ Tucker here if you want to play him at power forward. I like him as a cheap option at 3,500. But moving on to center. Looking at center today, we have some studs up top here. Got Joel Embiid, Karl Anthony Towns, 2 guys over 9K on this slate. Not sure if these are guys I'm trying to force in today, just because I like some of the better options. If we just look at some of the better, or some of the other guys in that range, you got like Jimmy Butler, who I'd much rather have over those 2 guys. You got Chris Paul for a little bit more. You can go up to LeBron. You can even save with like Aaron Gordon. So just looking at the studs in general, I don't think Towns and Embiid are 2 guys I'm trying to jam in today. Their matchups aren't that great. Boston's been good defensively against the center. Same with Houston. Capella's played really good D this year. We obviously know these guys have a lot of upside, especially Embiid. So they are definitely good plays in tournaments, but if we're just talking cash games, I think Jimmy Butler, the much more optimal play, even Chris Paul, for just a little bit more than those guys. So I think center is a position we can definitely go to the 6K range. There are 2 plays here in the 6K range I see. First off, Clint Capella at 6,700 going up against the Timberwolves. Really good spot here. Karl Anthony Towns is not the best defender. I think it's a great spot for Capella to put up a nice game of 35, 40 DraftKings points. I think he definitely gets a double-double today. And at 6,700, I really like him in that mid-tier if we're trying to save a little bit of salary off some of the expensive guys. You also have Nurkic in that mid-tier who's in a great spot against the Pacers. They've been terrible defensively against the center. But Nurkic is only a tournament play here. His minutes have been really inconsistent lately. And just the fantasy scoring for him has been inconsistent lately. We know he has a ton of upside. This is a great matchup. But Capella, much rather have for 6,700. Just think he's a safer play. Both guys have upside. But definitely Capella, my preferred option over Nurkic. But I like both guys in tournaments because both of them have a ton of upside given their matchups. You got Sabonis in that 6K range as well, who I like if you're trying to play him at center. And then going for value at center, really don't see any value here that I'm trying to find, at least guys that are 5K and under. I don't see any cheap plays sub 5K that really stand out to me. So I think that's really it for center today, guys. I think that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do really appreciate it. If you haven't dropped a like on the video yet, make sure you click that like button and make sure you subscribe as well. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up on Twitter at the DFS_GOAT. or just leave a comment down in the comment section, and I'll try and answer your question as soon as I can and get back to you as soon as I can. But yeah, guys, I think that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck tonight, guys. Peace.